Hello, hi, and howdy. You like simulated dismemberment? Games where you can choke on your own blood? Or are you just hoping to play a game where beating homeless people wasn't looked down upon, but rewarded? Well, look no further than the half-sword demo on Steam now. Wait, I hear you ask? Is this game really just a power-trip fantasy for players to enact their deprived fantasies? No, there's a little something here for everyone. Bolstering a gauntlet to learn the ropes in the art of castration, which features increasingly more dangerous men as you climb in rank to further push yourself into the depths of insanity/depravity. Now, if you'd like to beat the gauntlet to experience the cock and ball torture in the ultimate challenge, I recommend the following weapons. So it looks like starting it off today, we got the long sword, two-handed sword, and kind of a two-handed sword is going to go into this category here. This is a pretty general weapon. I'd say it's a pretty baseline. It's like, you can definitely kill someone with it, but you most likely are going to come out hurt yourself. So I definitely put it in like mid-tier range. So yeah, I think B, where we have it right now, is definitely a good spot to have it and keep it. Alright, so now it looks like coming up next, we got the falchion, I believe it's called, falchion, something like that. It's like the one-handed looking swords. I'm just basically going to put all of the one-handed swords in this category here. I particularly prefer the falchion over like the smaller swords that are one-handed, because you can two-hand this one particularly, get a little more force and whatnot. I'm gonna say it's good where it is in C, because it's just got less range than the long sword here. But it's especially good for when you're going up against a polearm or something of the sorts. Alright, looks like we got coming up next. Looks like we got two-handed axe, axes of the sorts. Ones that require two hands that are one-handed axes. But yeah, this is a particularly we're talking about the two-handed variety currently, and there's I believe there's a couple types. There's the spike and the axe head here, and then there's the more traditional wood axe. But we're talking about the gardening axe here. I'm gonna just say it's good where it is in C behind the falchion, because it just has less hit area, less efficient at slaying than the falchion. So I'd say it's behind the falchion. Okay. It looks like quite clearly after the two-headed axes here. Looks like here we got the one-headed axes, one-headed axe variety, and here today I believe the one-headed axe is going to be our first D tier, simply because it's just barely better than the knife. It's only better than the knife. That's about the only weapon that this one-handed axe is better than, simply because it could probably hit armor a little harder than a knife could. So yeah, D tier. That's where it belongs. That's where it's staying. Alright, looks like coming up next here, looks like we got the paddle here. Looks like we got the paddle, one of our first junk weapons here. I'd say that this one, it's good where it's at in the D tier. I'd say it's a little better than the hand axe, just for its range advantage, but it does get outshined by the simple shovel. So I'd say, yeah, putting it ahead of the hand axe and where it is in D tier is where it should go. Alright, now it looks like looks like now that we're moving on. Looks like now we're moving on straight into the shovel here. And like I was saying, I'd say it's a little bit better than the paddle, definitely better than the one-handed axe, just for its range advantage simply. So I would say, yeah, where it is in D tier, right ahead of the paddle is where it should go. Alright, looks like here and now, it looks like we're going to be moving into what looks like to be the candlestick here. Which I really do. I think we're getting into a lot more powerful weapons here. Regardless of this being a junk weapon, I'd say it is one of the most powerful weapons, especially for where you would be receiving it in the game during spoilants and whatnot, and early on. Especially in the Abyss, it shines quite well here. I'd say, yeah, it definitely deserves to be in the S tier, just for the quality, for the cost ratio of the weapon there. But yeah, I'd definitely say that's our first S tier. Alright, okay, so it looks like we're gonna be talking about the knives now, all of the knives. And here for the picture we got the scissors. I would consider those to be a knife. They look like a knife, they sound like a knife, they act like a knife. I assume it's a knife. I'd say the knives deserve to go behind the hand axes, simply because if you're using a knife for any amount of time, in any mode besides the gauntlet, you are sure to die. You're not gonna last long. So I believe that's why that deserves to go in F, and if there was a tier below F, I would put them there. Alright, it looks like we're going to be talking about, looks like now we're talking about the here, bill hook. The bill hook, I definitely put this in S tier. I nicknamed this weapon the lobotomizer. I assume you could probably figure why it would be nicknamed that. Okay, so it's definitely looking like what's coming up after the bill hook. It looks like we're coming up on the spear, the two-handed spear. I guess it can be one-handed if you're holding a shield and whatnot, but I would say this definitely deserves to go behind the long sword. Just slightly less dangerous. I'm sure you can get a little more range use out of it with the stabbing motion, but once someone has a chest plate, that has pretty much become useless. So yeah, I'd say it definitely just belongs behind the long sword in B tier. So yeah. Alright, looks like now we're going to be talking about the dedicated two-handed spear. This one is solely found with two hands to be wielded by enemies, particularly. This is the spear with the two spikes on either end, particularly. I'd say this one is it's above the longsword, just simply for its range advantage, and it's fighting pretty hard. It can hit armor pretty hard. It's a pretty good weapon. I'd say it definitely belongs in A tier. It's our first A tier. Alright, so it looks like next up we're going to be talking about any and all of the halberds here, any halberds. So I would say, yeah, they definitely belong to be above the long swords, two-handed swords. I'd say, yeah, they definitely are a little better just because of their simple range advantage, and I would even say that they're a little better than the dedicated two-handed spear, just because of the lethality. I'd say it can hit a little harder through armor. So yeah, the halberds are a definite A tier. Alright, okay, it looks like next we're going to be talking about what looks like to be any type of sledgehammer. Now me personally, I never use these weapons. I never ever use them, but I've seen enough of them used to crush my skull into a million bits. So I'd definitely say that they're a good B tier. I'd put them behind the regular spear just because I don't use them and I don't know what they're actually truly like. But I'd say, yeah, they definitely deserve to be up there, especially because of how dangerous they are against the player. Okay, so finally here it looks like we're going to be talking about the final weapon here, the Plycon. I'd say it's definitely S tier there. With the bell hook, I'd say it's number 1 or number 2, fighting between the bell hook for the most powerful weapon in this game. But yeah, I'd say the Plycon is definitely it fucks. LeBron. Once you manage to complete the gauntlet, which is easy enough, That's when the game goes from a castration sandbox, where the player has some input on who gets their balls removed, into a 4-on-1 spit roast. The ultimate challenge is a randomly generated hell, where you can go if you want to learn the limits of your own rectum. Some would even be fooled enough by the level of violation you'll receive after enduring this trial that there was ever any skill involved in the first place. You'd better hope they drop a plank-on or a bill hook.
I got this. Grant me leave to live.
Eggard! cold. Coward. Lost. Guard. Yes. Mangekur. Dodge hooks. Start. Striking. Darn. Sword. Ragamuffin! Eggard! Now, sir! Roasted! Cockle! Blimey! Crikey! Squandra!